Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Tonight we are doing something a little different than normal. We are going to be doing our very first programming stream. Now, I have no idea if this is going to work, right? I've never done this before. And, it could very well turn out to be an absolute trash format, in which case, I don't know, we'll do something else. But for now, we're going to give it a shot. So, my plan for tonight is that we are going to take a Discord bot that I wrote somewhat recently, and we are going to re architect it a bit. We're going to add some web functionality to it because one of the things that I'd like to be able to do is offer this bot up for sale on the internet. Probably nobody's going to want to buy it, but it'd be a real shame to not give them the opportunity if they want to. So, in order to do that, we're going to need, a place to sell it and the ability to issue license keys and things like that. So, we're going to get straight to it. All right, so we are going to open up IntelliJ IDEA, which is my preferred editor. We're going to go ahead and create a brand new Spring initializer project. Now, the way this is going to be structured is we're going to have a Maven project, which is essentially three separate projects. We'll have a parent project, which ties everything together and gives us um, a single Maven project to interact with on the command line. And then we are also going to create a Vue.js project on the front end, so that we can have a front end application to do that. Now, I am actually using a method that I found on the internet for doing this. This is not, a fully original thing that I've come up with. So we're going to be relying on this Spring Boot Vue.js GitHub repository. We're not going to be cloning it, but we're just going to be using some of the basic instructions here. Um, and so without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, so we're going to call this com.Brendan Dugan dot Dougalbot. Hello, wifey Dougals. I'm on stream.
Can I?
I figured just after the shower, you probably didn't want to walk right into stream. Actually, we're going to call that just Dougalbot, and then this will be Dougalbot parent. Because even though this is a Spring project, this is really just the parent POM. Unfortunately, Maven does not allow multiple inheritance, and so we're going to have the parent POM inherit from Spring Boot, and then we are going to have all of the other POMs inherit off of this. And so we go ahead and say this is the okay, so now we need to figure out what it is that we actually want included in this project. I have my first viewer of the evening right here. I don't know if she's visible on camera, but there we go, folks. So we're going to add web. We definitely want that.
So I just got to go to Sienna.
And we actually don't need any of the other stuff. We will need some database stuff. So let's add Spring Data JPA. And for now, we're going to add the MySQL driver. We're actually going to comment these out initially because this isn't going to work with these included to start. And then let's just take a look real quick in one of these menus. Aha, Spring Boot Actuator. This just gives us some monitoring endpoints and things like that to check the health of our application. And really, the rest of this is stuff that we're not going to need today. And so, yeah, we're going to leave it as is. And that'll be fine. It has helpfully spawned the window on the other monitor, but that's all right. Okay, so for those who are not familiar with software engineering, hey Jay Blake, how's it going? Oh, I will hydrate. For those who are not familiar with software development, we've got a few things that I'll walk you through, but they're not. Ah, yes, PHP and HTML. So that's actually where my career started. I was a PHP developer in my first job, and it's kind of a mixed bag, but I don't mind. All right, so we're going to add a new gitignore file because one of the first things that happens in these projects is we've got all kinds of, stupid bullshit that gets added that we want to make sure we get rid of. So we want. Oh wait, shit, we've already got one. So let's add some things to it. IDEA, IML, IPR, that's good. That looks good. That looks like everything we want. So we've got our pom.xml. This defines basically what the artifact we're building is, the fact that it inherits from the Spring Boot starter parent project, and then it tells us that we have all of these things that we want to include in the project from the start. We're going to go ahead and actually comment out the MySQL connector and Spring Boot starter JPA because these things are for functionality that we don't have yet and we don't want to configure yet because it's a real pain in the ass. Let's see. Right now, you have some basic little things, and I'm volunteering to help with a browser text-based RPG type game. Oh, that's cool. I have not heard of Cantor, but it kind of reminds me of The Kingdom of Loathing, which is a game that I periodically play. It's a very tongue-in-cheek, text-based stick figure RPG, and so you've got classes that you should recognize it. It's amazing. So, for example, you can be a pastamancer. You can be a sorcerer. You can be a disco bandit. I'm trying to think of what else you can be. A turtle tamer, a seal clubber. Hang on, let's go check it out real quick because yes, the Kingdom of Loathing. So it's all the Kingdom of Loathing. It's amazing. I'll drop it. I don't know why I've got all this bullshit here, but let's get rid of it. Let's drop it in chat. There you go. But so let's see. Seal clubbers. Where are the... Okay, it's not going to show me all the classes. Is the game west of... Wait, hold on. Is West of Loathing a thing? Oh, look at that. I had no idea. I mean, this seems pretty in line with what you expect to see in the kingdom, so I can get behind that. I mean, it's animated, which is weird, but that's all right. Okay, I'm not interested anymore. My attention span has moved away. Yes, I will take a look if you don't mind dropping a Discord message to me with the name of the game and a link to it. That'd be great because I will not remember it. My memory is absolute garbage, and so yeah, there we go. All right, so real quick, let me get back to what I'm actually doing here because this is I'm never going to get anything done if I just keep jabbering. All right, so in a normal Maven project, we have source, main, Java, which holds our source code, resources, which holds our other shit, and then we also have source test, Java for test source code, and then you can also have a resources directory under test, which provides our test resources. What we're going to do is we're going to say fuck all that, and we're going to delete it. There we go. Simples. Ah, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to make a new module. All right, this is going to be a Maven module. We're going to call this Dugobot server. Oh yeah, that all looks good. And here we go. We've got all our shit. Oh, although you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna undelete the directory source. There we go. Because what we really want to do is just copy all this shit into here. So let's go ahead and make our package. We're just going to drag this in here. It's not going to work because we got all our shit fucked up, but that's all right. We're going to rename it. Perfecto. Perfecto. All right, now let's grab our resources. we're going to drop these in here, but we actually we don't need the application.properties because we're going to do something else instead. And then finally, under Java, we're going to go to test. Let's just create it. We don't actually care about any of that because what we're going to do is copy this. Paste that there. And we're going to just grab that. And that. And drop it in there. So now what we have is a single test. It verifies that the Spring context loads and doesn't do anything else. And that's it. So now we can delete this directory without any worries. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. So now we're going to do one more thing. We're going to add one more module. This is going to be a Maven module. And we are going to call this Dougalbot front end, not front end. We have no walking, talking trees here. Okay, and no, I do not. I do not want to remove that, so let's just make sure we've got everything we need here. Yeah, for some reason that's let's fuck. We've done something bad, folks. Ah, shit. Okay, so what we're going to do is something different. We're going to delete this. We're just going to start over on that one because I fucked something up. Okay. So let's rm-rf Dougalbot server simples. Sorry, I'm thinking through how I want to do this. All right, so we'll do this as a Maven project, and I'll just manage the rest manually. All right, real quick, I'm just checking. There we go. Okay, so we got our Dougalbot server back. There we go, yeah! And our Dougalbot parent, which we now have 2 copies of Dougalbot server in, but we don't really need that. So let's go into the front end. We're going to delete this. And we are going to create our Vue.js application. So now I happened to take a look at the users in chat and noticed that somebody who knows far more about JavaScript than I do is in here. So if I fuck anything up, you're welcome to speak up and tell me that I'm an idiot, because we know each other well enough that you can do that. But I'm hoping I won't. So we're just going to come in here because we've got this quick little thing I can just copy and paste. I guess it's not that complicated, but we're going to drop this right here, except I'm going to call this I'm going to call this temp. All right, so we're going to manually select our features, choose the view version. We definitely want the router. I'm going to skip the CSS preprocessors for now. Yes. Yeah, you can't just throw away one of your twins unless you're programming, in which case you can do whatever the fuck you want. Okay, so the rest of this looks pretty good. I'm not going to do any unit testing because unit testing is for people who want to write good software. All right, so we're going to use Vue 2.0. Let's go ahead and add that. We only want error prevention because, you know, once again, all that other shit is for people who want to write good software. Which is clearly not what we're doing tonight. Tonight we're actually doing one of the... oh shit, hang on, let me see if I can change this layout a little bit. That didn't work. Hey, Giovanni, you knew I was talking about you. How's it going, buddy? All right, let's see. Can I... Ah, stupid thing. That's okay. It's all right to go AFK in my stream because, you know, most of it's just going to be me thinking, or, you know, me floundering on screen. Because the thing is, it's like when you're doing a live demonstration of software, which is one of the most nerve-wracking things you can do. But now I'm going to be doing it for 2 hours straight while I write code and try not to forget everything that I've ever learned, which is almost certainly what I'm going to do, is forget everything I've ever learned. That and experience IntelliJ IDEA shitting the bed, apparently. Yeah, Jay Blake, I get it, man. My whole life has also been just a series of hilarious blunders from, you know, one disaster into another. But they've been funny as hell. Hilarious. Okay, come on. Oh, I've done something stupid, haven't I? I've done something stupid, but that's okay because we can move a directory without too much trouble. Although what I should have done is I should have moved everything from the directory first. But that's not what I did. Not what I did at all. Oh, Jesus. IntelliJ really is shitting the bed tonight. I think it's because my Mac is just not built for streaming. It is, in fact, a Mac. All right, so let's just grab all of this, drag it up there, wait another 35 minutes while IntelliJ figures out what the hell it's doing. Sadly, no cheese yet. What? What? Is there cheese that I'm not aware of? Oh, yes, yes. Okay, sorry. When I say my Mac, I mean my poor little Mac Mini. Sad sitting over there. And then I've also got my my instruments, which I can't get a good view of because of my microphone, and also the length of the cord on my webcam. There we go. Oof. Indexing. Yeah, for some reason, when I run Twitch Studio on my Mac, everything slows down. I tried streaming City Skylines the other day because it's the only game I own that I can really run on the Mac, and it just crawled, and people were dropping from my stream left and right because of how bad the latency was. I know. It's doing its thing. Part of the problem is that I've got the Node modules, which it's indexing to, see what Node modules I have in there. And so it shouldn't need to do that again, but it was just kind of a pain. So we're going to do a few things in here. First, I'm just going to drop a quick node right here because the next step that we're going to take on actually sets up Maven to pull down a copy of Node.js and drop it into our environment. So in order to simplify this a little bit, what I am going to do is I'm going to take the front-end POM from another project where I've done this, and I am going to steal some shit from it. Should be good. Simples. All right, so what we've got is we've got the front-end Maven plugin. This is going to install Node and NPM in our local dev environment. It's going to give us an NPM install run, generate our resources, etc., etc. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, in our server application, pop open the POM, and we're going to add a similar execution. The difference being that this is going to grab some shit from the front end, copy it into the back end project, and that way it will be available to Spring Boot when we start. So we'll go here. We will grab. All right. Oop. So we got cap lock on. That looks pretty good. And that will build beautifully. All right, now the other thing we're going to do is we are going to grab our parent POM. We're going to grab all these dependencies out. I'm going to delete that because these don't really belong in the parent POM. Now let's drop them into the server. Okay, so now what we've got is our actuator, our data JPA, which we're commenting out for now because, once again, we are not ready to configure that. We will be soon, but not at the moment. And the rest of that looks fantastic. Okay, so let's go back to our parent. And we're going to grab our little command down here. And let's build some build configurations. So we're going to run our first build configuration as just a Maven clean. So the bot that we're building is not, well, it's going to do a bunch of stuff. I'm basically refactoring an existing bot that I've written, which does several things. It provides functionality for converting between Celsius and Fahrenheit, because the Discord that I'm in, we've got people all over the world, and some of them are American, and as a result, still use Fahrenheit, which I have to admit to being guilty of. And so, we thought that was a simple thing to write and easy to, it was an easy win. But then the big thing it does is it goes through the server. It identifies people who have been inactive on the server, with the exception of a few channels. So one of the Discord that we're in is a streaming community. And so what we don't want is for people who show up, plug their Twitch channel, but don't participate in the community at all. That's not good. Also, though, we have some people who are active in the community when it comes to supporting others in their streams, but they aren't particularly chatty in Discord. And so basically we needed a way to figure out kind of who was inactive on the Discord, overall, other than just spamming their plugs. And I know, Jay Blake, I know you're in Alabama, right? So basically it's to identify people who are either completely inactive or people who are only there to spam their stream. And so that's what we're going to do. All right, so now we're going to add one more Maven configuration. This one is also on Dougalbot parent, but we're going to run on the Dougalbot server the Spring Boot run. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, so that's okay. We don't really expect everybody to be super active all the time, right? That's not really a thing that we need. But we do. Um, there is a certain type of self marketing that happens that we'd like to not have happen, and so you're not part of that crowd. Um, okay, so this should now just work. Although, let me just do one more thing. We're going to rename this one. So what we should see happen is in the front end, we'll see Node.js downloaded and oh shit. Oh yeah, I've done something stupid in my run configuration. That's okay. Boop boop boop. Completo. What did you stream when you streamed, Jay Blake? Oh no. We have failure. Oh, I know what the problem is. Herpy derp derp. We actually don't have a we don't have an application there. That's not going to work very well. All right, let's see. We're just gonna keep stealing from this other thing we've got because normally I don't actually write the applications. And this way, usually, the main class is generated, and we're going to add the public static void main, which will be run. All right, there we go. That should be more successful. Now that we actually have an application to run. That's kind of important when you're trying to run an application. Started streaming playing guitar. Okay, cool. Couldn't think of anything. I actually have never heard that song. Ah, yeah, that's fair. It's hard. Streaming is not actually that easy. It's essentially you're performing, right? And that's not always the most straightforward thing to do. All right, so if we look here, we should get a white label error page, which is not what I was expecting. But that's okay. That does mean that our application is up and running. And so now we have the opportunity to debug. So we're going to take a look real quick because I'm guessing maybe we got the port wrong. No, we don't have the port wrong. So what have we done incorrectly? Ah, yes. I forgot to create our view.config.js. All right, so in our front end, we need to create our file. As you can see, I'm at this point just following a tutorial, which is fine because honestly, half of being a software engineer is just getting really fucking good at Googling. And then this guy did some stupid shit when he made his thing. We don't need that. Might have been that it was targeting TypeScript. I don't know. But we're not TypeScripting right now. We're JavaScripting. Keep losing Twitch Studio every time I do that. Gio, what was the amen to? Was it the Googling comment? So, Jay Blake, what is it that you've heard that you didn't understand? Because if you can remember, I might be able to help explain it badly in the front end sense because I am very much a front end novice. Although Gio might be able to help, or G Dizzle, as I used to call him. We worked together, and I have this bad habit of giving people awesome nicknames, which they love. Am I right, G Dizzle? Oh, wait, hang on. That's probably not up and running yet. Let's kill it. Let's take a look in our server. All right, we have nothing in here. I think we also need static. Let me just look at this other one. Templates. Yeah, there we go. And then we will need an application.yaml, so I'll just drop that in there as well. Not that we're doing anything with it right now, but okay. So let's just pop open a terminal. Oh man, I'm glad to hear I could help, but I'm sorry to hear that it was so tough. It honestly, that was such a shitty job. I was really, really unhappy. But, like, it was so weird because, the people I worked closely with, all of the engineers were great, except for that jackass who joined for like 2 months and then left to fuck off to go to Google. That guy was an ass. But, yeah, everybody else was great, except for everybody upstream, right? Like, they were all exceptionally awful. And so, I mean, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't shit on my former coworkers on the internet. Or, maybe they should not have been shitty coworkers. Unpopular opinion. Sorry, I need to quickly drop my Discord into streamer mode. Oh shit, I forgot to plug myself. Bear with me just a second, folks. I'm gonna grab my plug. Might as well. Am I right? See if we can get some more people chatting in here. There we go. And we're going to drop that over there. Perfecto. Oh, shit. I guess I had forgotten that you still work there. I just assumed everybody good had moved on. And you are good. You're excellent. So, yeah. Oof. I'm going to get PTSD just thinking about it. All right, real quick. I'm just rolling up my shirt sleeves because it is this upstairs room that I work in gets so hot in the evenings, which during the summer is just oppressive. Right now, it's looking worse because I'm dressed like an adult rather than my typical, you know, t-shirt with video game characters on it. Okay, so let's take a look in our server resources. Perfect. Okay. So I can see we've got our index.html, we've got our compiled JavaScript, etc. So if we run this now, we should be able to open up our browser and have the application running just fine. That's looking pretty good. Womp womp. Well, that's disappointing. Geo, any thoughts? When I did this for, my first. Ah, shit. You know what? Hang on. Let's revisit one thing. This probably has to be clean install. And actually, let's remove that. Let's add run Maven goal. Simplify it. And there we go. That simplifies things just a little bit. Hey, Appalachian Games, how's it going, buddy? Yes, I love IntelliJ IDEA. I back many years ago, I was a PHP developer, and I was really struggling with the fact that there were no good PHP IDEs. And so I discovered PHP Storm, which is another JetBrains product that deals with PHP. And yeah, so I ended up getting hooked on that. And then when I switched over to my next job, where I was getting to use the Java I learned at the university, I immediately went to IntelliJ IDEA and have never looked back. NetBeans, oof. Wait, why do you have to use NetBeans? Nobody should ever have to use NetBeans. I'm pretty sure the Geneva Convention protects us from that. There we go. There we go. All right, so our problem was that we were running Maven Clean without the install, which was not, packing up our JavaScript and sending it this way. Oof. A plugin for assignment submission. Why the fuck are they not using Git? If you're writing code and you need to share it with other people, Git is the way to do it. Get it done. No, I get it. I get it. Like when I went to university, so I went to East Tennessee State University, not too far from you, probably. Um, the professors that I had were great people, right? Almost universally. Um, but they were also, on average, probably 10 years behind in terms of the state of the art for software engineering. And so, a lot of things like source control, we didn't cover at all because, I don't think a lot of the professors knew how to do it. No, very close. I'm not sure what you're saying. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you're not too far from where I lived for a long time. Okay, so now we've got some shit, right? Um, it's looking good. So we've got a few things that we need to do. We're going to leave the front end as it is for now. We're not going to do anything else with it. Because the fact of the matter is that the front end doesn't matter until we have a working bot. So we're going to need to do several things. Hey, Appy, thank you. Yes, this is technically on topic because it's programming, and so I approve. Um, so let's come up with our tasks, right? Ooh, interesting. This is all from a different project and should not be here, but let's kill it. The project that this stuff belongs to is under a deep non-disclosure agreement, and so definitely cannot. We want text. Give me text. Yeah, so we definitely don't want any of that getting released into the wild on my stream, because if we do, I have to throw myself from a bridge by contract. So that's not true. I made that up. But I've never had any coding or school experience with coding and programming. Sure. Yeah. No. That's not. I've never used Rust. Um, Although I may be picking up a project that is in. My brain just shut down. Sorry. Rebooting. Rebooting. System has encountered insufficient caffeine exception. Will now shut down. Fuck. What is the name of that programming language? It's a Lisp. It's one of the modern Lisps. Yeah, dude. So my usage of Mac OS is 100% a legacy hang on from the days when Windows did not have a Unix shell. It's especially here in the UK, most software engineers have Macs at work at least. That's what I've got. Yeah, and even so, the Bash support in Windows right now is, I mean, it's certainly better than the Windows command line, but it's still not a first class citizen. It's getting there. It's getting better, but it's not there yet. Yeah, when I game on my Xbox, and so. All right, real quick, I need to focus because if I don't focus, I'm not going to get anything done, and getting things done is why I do things. kind of. All right, so let's discuss what we need to do. Okay, we need to add JDA to the project. JDA is the Java Discord app library. It adds all the hooks and shit so that we can write our handler and connect, and everything's groovy. We will need to then add a service which will represent our JDA bot. And then we need to add our first handler. In the existing instance of DougleBot that is out in the wild right now, Linux, so the Unix command line, which is used, Linux, Mac OS, Solaris, a couple other operating systems, but those are the big ones, use the Unix command line structure. And it's good. If you want to do things efficiently, having a good command line is everything. And the Windows one kind of blows. Yeah, dude, you should be able to install Linux on your laptop. Yeah, dude, Linux is so lightweight compared to Windows. If it can successfully run Windows, it will successfully run Linux, unless it's got some janky, weird hardware that you can't find drivers for. But if it's I don't know, 10 years old or less, then you're probably golden. And you can use something like Xubuntu, which is spelled like that. Xubuntu is a version of Ubuntu Linux. It runs on the XFCE desktop manager, which is extra lightweight. It's not pretty. It's, pretty lame, actually. Hey, Hercules! How's it going, buddy? Yeah, Jay Blake, it's probably not 10 years ago. If you're using it on a daily basis, it's probably not quite that old. What is Respondus Lockdown Browser? I've never used it. Hey, kitty! Huh. It's literally... That's terrible. Oof. Oof. Yuck. I mean, I can't say anything. I use Chrome, but, still, it's no good. All right, so we're building our to-do list because, once again, folks, I'm not going to get anything done unless I start getting things done. So, need to build our subhandlers for delegation, and then what we'll need to do is set up our let's set up JPA next so that we can persist things to the database, because one of the problems right now is that I would like to host DougleBot on the internet. Right now, DougleBot exists as an application running on my computer in a Docker container. And that's fine, right? That works, except when it doesn't, right? Like when I turn my computer off or if my internet goes out. And Dude, yeah, if you can run Windows on that laptop, you can run Linux. It'll be fine. But so one of the problems that I'm having with Dougalbot is that in order to ensure that server messages are, being handled in a way that's efficient, I'm storing them in memory, which is great, right? Like you can parse the entire message history of a fairly active server in seconds. When I run my command that checks for inactive users, it returns in less than 1 full second, and that's reading the entire message history of the entire server to check for inactivity. In memory is great, but the problem is that it also uses up a fair bit of memory. We're using I don't know, I think like 160 megabytes of memory, which isn't really that much. But if I want to host this on Heroku, which is easy and cheap, then I'm not going to be able to do that because you only get 128 megabytes of memory at a time, which is just simply not enough. And especially if this thing grows at all, it's not going to work. So we're going to swap out that architecture for a database-driven one. This way I can, just have a slightly more expensive run than what you could with the in-memory one. But we're talking still less than $10 a month. And that's a cost that can be covered by selling, 1 or 2 licenses a year. So yeah, it's not so much about the electricity bill. It's actually that here in Southeast England, our internet sucks. Big hairy goat balls, just the big hairy ones. And I regularly have my home internet go down for short periods of time. My wife has it go down because she uses primarily Wi-Fi. Hers goes down all the time, and I mean we've got a nice router, right? It's not like we've got one of the shitty ones. It's an Asus AC1900, right, which is a decent router. But it's just internet here blows. So I'd rather put it in the cloud and deal with it. So we've got a to-do list now. Let's start doing some shit with it. All right, so I actually need to do something first. And I need to move this to the secret screen. The secret screen. Because one of the things that I need to do in order to not fuck everything up is I need to go ahead and create a new bot. All right. There we go, everybody. That's the big secret. If you use it for anything, I'll be very angry. So please don't. And of course, I'll regenerate that at a later date. But that was the first thing we needed, was that token. That allows us to actually connect to Discord. Next thing we need is JDA. All right, so JDA is a library. It lives here. It's great. We're going to use it. So yeah, there we go. All right, so let's grab this dependency. We're going to toss it up at the front. What the fuck? Okay, where did that go? Oh, why did you put properties way down there, IntelliJ? Stupid! All right, and we're going to grab 4.2.0. All right, can we just... That was the long way of getting to it, but that'll work. And then the other thing we need is we actually need the bin tray repository definition. So in Maven, you've got your dependencies, which you can pull down from wherever. And you can host all kinds of different repositories. And so JDA is hosted on Bintray. Ah, fuck, we need to wrap this in the repositories. There we go. That'll actually work this time. Oh yeah, give me them sweet, sweet dependencies. Well, okay, so here's the thing about XML. XML isn't really a thing that that exists in any standard way, right? It's really like open tag, do some bullshit, close tag. And you can define your own XML schema to do whatever you want. So yeah, you can, learn XML. Like there are some things you can do with it that are cool. But you're never going to use XML the same way in two different places. It's like HTML. You put the tags together very different ways to make very different products. And the thing is that a lot of things that used to be kind of XML is the way you do them are now moving to JSON or even YAML for that structure. So, for example, the Spring framework used to be configured almost exclusively using XML, and now it's a combination of Java annotations and YAML configuration options. Sorry, folks. For some reason, so I have been using an inhaler recently because my doctor actually thinks that I might have asthma, which is funny because everybody in my family has asthma, but I guess nobody ever thought to get me tested for it either. And it's just my chest's all funny now. So if I die on stream, just tell my wife and kids that I love them. But I'll try not to do that. Definitely gonna try and die off stream. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. I mean, I kind of hope that I do have it, because if I've got it, then maybe it can be treated and I can stop feeling like shit like I've done my whole life, which would be great, right? That's kind of the goal. So, okay. We have now added JDA. So let's add a new package. We're going to call this service, the service package. And we are going to add a new Java class. This is going to be we'll call this the Dougalbot JDA service. I'm going to annotate it. With the service method. We're going to, or service annotation. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Kitty. That makes me happy. Although I say that, but I actually, here's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm going to deal with this coughing for a moment. I'm also going to procure myself a refill of water because it is hot as balls in this room, right? It's, I mean, it's only in the low 70s, right? Like it's, I don't know if anybody can read that because it's, there we go. Right? But it's too hot for inside. And I'm wearing multiple layers. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go to my Be Right Back screen. I'm going to send you guys to a 60-second commercial just because, you know what? I'm an affiliate now and I can fucking do that. Then I'm going to go get some water and shit. So I'll be back, folks. Hello, everybody. Gotta shake my hair out like a shampoo model. There we go. Oh, what the hell? Looks like I'm going bald, but I promise I'm not. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I'm a big fan of cold weather as well. Having grown up in Western Pennsylvania, where I can remember -25 wind chill. It's it's nice, Below a certain temperature, it's just it doesn't really change much. It's just fucking cold. That's right. That's right. I forgot. We're from places that are nearby each other, and then moved to places that are nearby each other. Because I grew up in Pittsburgh. What a coinky dink! All right. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a constructor. Oops. Apparently can't get my keyboard shortcuts to work because my fingers are in the wrong place. So we're going to create a private JDA. We're going to call it JDA. And let's go ahead and initialize it. Just go ahead and use the default. We'll go ahead and set a token, which we're not going to need right now. We'll go ahead and call it token. Or, I mean, we will set it. But we're going to actually pull that in from our application.yaml. Hang on, let me just look up what I used last time. Haha, okay. So we're going to set our chunking filter to the all chunking filter. We're going to cache all members. All right, so there's some stuff we need to do still. We don't have any event listeners defined, which we will need for this to do anything, right? Because, yeah, naming convention. By the way, hold on real quick. Sorry, before I do anything else, I can see in the camera that I have changed my shirt to a Gryffindor shirt. And I feel the need to say something on the record, and that is this: trans women are women, trans men are men. If you think that trans women are men in skirts, then you can go fuck yourself. And yeah, I just thought I should say that out loud because I'm wearing a shirt, representing the universe that J.K. Rowling created. She is absolutely wrong on trans issues. She's just wrong. And given the climate of the world right now, and how everything's all fucked up, I didn't want to run the risk that somebody was going to pop into my stream, see the shirt, and think, oh, maybe that guy's showing his support to J.K. Rowling. No, she can go fuck herself. Also, the last book was garbage. That's completely unrelated to the rest of the topic, but I was really disappointed with it. And yeah, that's neither here nor there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and create a new package. This is going to be called Handler. Inside it, we're going to create an interface. We're going to call it iDougleBot Handler, which we're going to do nothing with right now. We're just gonna leave it alone. But because we've got all of these custom handlers that we want to deal with in the future, you looked at the one book you saw and it was written like a script. You know what? The thing is, I was a teenager when I picked up the first Harry Potter book. And I was also at kind of a shitty place in my life, right? So, like, all right, story time with Brenny. When I was 18 years old, my best friend was murdered in basically a carjacking related to a bank robbery. And so, like, my life got all kinds of fucked up. Because at that age, we're not really prepared to deal with, one, the death of somebody so close, two, the death of somebody our own age, and especially in such a violent and fucked up way. And so, it was during that time of my life that I discovered fantasy novels, right? So I read the names have just popped out of my head. The Dragonlance Chronicles, Dragonlance books. They're not Dragonlance Chronicles, and they're like 40 billion of them. So I read all those during that time. I started reading the Harry Potter books, although I had to wait quite a long time for the rest of those to come out. And that really was, in a lot of ways, like kind of the escape from reality that I needed at that time. So I kind of latched onto those books for a long time because I'm that kind of nerd. But now, looking back, like I don't think my younger two kids will ever really deal with Harry Potter, right? I don't think that's a thing we're gonna do. But that's okay. That's all right, everybody. So there we go. There's our interlude, hearing about the dark history of Brenny's soul. So now we're going to jump back into code. So we're going to call this the the routing JDA handler. I think that'll do. And real quick, times change, and so must I. Oh, I love the Doctor. I'm still waiting on the Jodie Whittaker series to come out on Netflix UK. I could watch it on BBC iPlayer, but I actually don't have a TV license, which is a thing here in the UK. And so while I could probably get away with it, it would be illegal. And I'm not going to do it. So there we go. That's that. So I just copied from the other Dougalbot. Extends listener adapter. So this is the one thing that we need. Pardon me, other than those hiccups. Oh man. Oh. You just finished watching season 1. It started on season 2. Okay, so you've just met David Tennant as the 10th Doctor. And I have to say, I love David Tennant. I love the 10th Doctor. And there is nobody who will ever replace David Tennant as the Doctor in my heart. Right? Lots of people might do it on TV. But in my heart, it's David Tennant. And it's always been David Tennant. And yeah, I've loved him in everything. If you haven't seen Good Omens, I would highly recommend it. The one thing I kind of wish that David Tennant had been present for some of the storylines, like the storylines with Amy Pond in particular, are beautiful, right? The 11th Doctor had some of the most compelling stories, but I didn't like Matt Smith as much, right? Some people really like him. I just don't as much. Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Appalachian Games. That's terrible. I know all about that. I was watching Suits with my ex when she left me for another guy, and it sucks. It sucks really badly. I'm really sorry that you had to go through that. All right, let's see. Why are we getting an exception here? Let's take a look. All right, that's fine. Okay, we can deal with all that. Yay! Kitty's a 10th Doctor fan too. See, that's how we know it's the right thing. If Kitty's on board, it is correct. Well, I'm glad that you've met us, but still, I'm sorry that it involved pain. You know, like, I personally am of the belief that we should celebrate silver linings. But anybody who tells us that the dark clouds were worth it because of the silver linings is a fucking idiot. So, hey, Rob, how's it going, buddy? We are building. Eek. Hey, Neil, how's it going, buddy? Oh, hang on, let me check. Let me check. We might have multiple CT. Yeah, yep. So Gio's in here as well, buddy. So we're starting to have a little CT reunion. I don't know if he's listening because he may be away, which is totally okay. Come and go as you please while we're here. This isn't really this isn't really a thing that we have to worry about. All right, so let's real quick. Hang on. We're gonna extract that. There we go. We just want to make sure that we're actually setting that up so that we've got that there. I don't know if we're ever going to use it outside of the context of this one method, because anytime you get a message through JDA, it comes with a reference to itself. And so we don't actually have to use it this way, but there may be advantages down the road. So we'll wait. Gay finder. Now it says Gryffindor. However, it is worth pointing out, once again, I am wearing a Harry Potter t-shirt, but I do not agree with J.K. Rowling's stance on trans people, right? Trans women are women. Trans men are men. And anybody who says otherwise can go fuck themselves. So there we go. There's our little public service announcement. Every good public service announcement should end with, and anybody who disagrees can go fuck themselves. Well, I'm glad somebody's learning something. I haven't really done anything other than get distracted, check, and forget everything I've ever known, because that is the side effect of writing code while people are watching you. Yeah, okay, all right. That whole thing with Peter Capaldi was beautiful. That whole thing, beautiful. I didn't really like him all that much, but he was beautiful. That was beautiful. Yeah, I like the idea of a programming stream too. I'm not sure if I haven't decided yet if I'm going to keep doing this though, because honestly, it's a little nerve wracking. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. So let's see. We've got our thing. Let's go ahead and implement our first routing JDA handler method. So what we're going to do is we're going to override the on message receive. Actually, let's go ahead and simply override the on ready event. So when our when our bot logs in, this event will fire, and we'll be able to see all kinds of stuff. For example, we should be able to see. Real quick, I'm just I need to add this bot to my Discord. Bear with me just a second. I've just realized that I don't actually have it on there. At the moment, at demo, bear with me, folk keys. All right, bot, and then we need to set our permissions. All right, perfect. Okay, so I'm just quickly adding this test Dougalbot instance to my server, the Dougal zone. Oh yeah. And actually, I need to do one more thing. I need to actually kill regular Dougalbot, which should not actually be running, but appears to be actually running. which is problematic. We're going to go ahead and kick it. All right, everybody. So we've got our little thingamajigger right there. Yeah, Kitty's here somewhere. Let me see. She might still be here. Yeah, she's here. Yeah, so actually, I am using Vue.js on purpose because, as it turns out, I actually really like it. I've used React at work, and I hated it. I've used back in the day, right? I was a bit of a wizard with jQuery back when that was the state of the art. Back when I was doing, like fucking PHP. Yeah, man. So, oh, you might not have been here. We're having a front end application as well, because I'm going to be attempting to set up a marketplace where people can purchase licensing for Dougalbot, and that's how I want to do it, is through a Vue.js app. So I'm dropping this here, folks. This is an invite to the Dougal Zone. Nothing happens here, right? This is not a real place where people really hang out. But you all can join it if you'd like, and that will give you the opportunity to play with Dougalbot as we develop it. So, and more importantly, in an environment where you can't fuck anything up, because there's nothing here to fuck up. Hey, there we go. We got people. All right. Let's just quickly toss a logger here. And thank you very much. What the fuck? All right, that's fine. I was going to call toString on it, but for some reason it didn't like that. Sorry, real quick. Let me toss Discord into streamer mode. Commander Vimes, how's it going? All right, real quick. How the hell do you do it? I don't really remember. Where's the fucking thing? Do. Anybody remember where streamer mode on Discord is? Oh, I'm excited about the pizza. Notification settings. Oh, god damn it. I know there's a setting somewhere. Is it home? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? I'm not actually looking for the library, folks. I'm just struggling. I'm on the struggle bus. Hell, I am the struggle bus. All right, fuck it. Everybody's gonna see my messages, and I don't give a shit. How about that? Everybody happy with that? Where it says my name on Discord. All right, let's take a look. Here? No. Here? 9. Here. Hey! There we go. Streamer mode. Thank you, Rob. You're my hero. There we go. Okay. So let's just drop this over here for a few minutes. We're going to actually swap it over to the next monitor. And I am going to need to also grab the token out of my thing. So we're going to... I have to admit, folks, that it's been a long time since I've done this very, very basic thing. So I'm Googling it. I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. There we go. So stupid. So stupid to not remember that. And this is going to be... Ah, shit. No, that's not what I wanted. Not Lombok value. That needs to be spring. There we go. And this is Dougalbot Discord token. Once again, folks, please don't steal my data. I'd be a sad, sad little man. I'm already a sad, sad little man. I mean, I'm not really that sad, and I'm not really that little. I'm actually relatively tall and definitely rotund. But emotionally, I'm a sad, sad little man. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and echo what Rob said. Kitty stream is a thing that I'd like to see again sometime soon as well, because kitty streams are great. For those who have never seen a kitty stream, she often plays Minecraft, where she builds these absolutely beautiful scenic houses with like a really nice texture pack, and you've got like the chilled out Minecraft music, and then Kitty has this gentle, soft voice, and she's very soft spoken, but also she doesn't say much. But when she says things, they're nice things, and so it's like, in a world that's full of bullshit and horrible things, a kitty stream really makes the world a better place. Yeah, it is refreshing. It's quite nice. This is similar to the streamer that I was talking about the other day, Yobi. She's a little more talkative than Kitty, but still very, very wholesome content. Very nice, soft voice. I don't know if we can call Kitty wholesome anymore though, because she did say "fuck" in my chat the other day, but we'll let her go on that. I think I've given her enough flack. Also, the smile means that I'm not actually upset, since this is one of my first streams where I've actually got a camera. So, all right. So we've got Dougalbot potentially ready to run. We've got our routing JDA handler all set up to log a string when we're connected. So when I click this button, one of two things is going to happen. Either we should see the number 1 pop up in the log, because there's only one server that has test Googlebot, or everything will explode. So let's go for it. Life's short. You only live once. Hashtag YOLO. I have to admit, my reputation is kind of on the line here, because if this doesn't work, everybody's going to think, yay, a stream next week. That's not what everybody's going to think, but I saw that, and then I said it in the middle of my other sentence. Yeah, my day is better now as well. Yeah, so I don't know what I was saying before. The thought of a new Kitty stream totally derailed my train of thought. And that's totally okay. All right, so, oh, damn. All right. So we've got a failure. All right, illegal states. Bop, 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 bop. Oh, okay. That's fine. I forgot to do something. We need to add some intents. So we are using the set.of method to create a set of gateway intents for our let's see, gateway intent dot guild members. Oh, derp. I forgot to name my variable, folks. Sorry. So we're using a set because we want to make sure it's unique, and we're using set.of because it's easier than instantiating a new it's easier than instantiating a new, what is it, like a hash set or one of the set implementations. We don't really care. You heard someone talking about me whenever he mentioned something about a failure? I don't know, man. I never know what's going on, if we're being honest. I just kind of go through life like a wind or blown leaf, and that's fine. I feel like there's one more that I'm going to need. Let me just check. Oh yeah, it's guild messages. I'm going to need that as well if I'm going to read messages. So my assumption is that, whoa. Hey, Kingsfall! How's it going, buddy? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. We are writing a Discord bot tonight, folks. So hold on to your butts, because here in a moment, we're going to see potentially the number 1 written in our log. This is how exciting my stream is tonight. Also, we've just gotten a whole bunch of people right here who might have seen me in a Gryffindor shirt. So I just want to state, for the record, I do not agree with J.K. Rowling's stance on the trans community. Trans women are women. Trans men are men. And if you disagree, you can go fuck yourself. Thank you, folks. This has been a public service announcement. All right, what have I missed? Token may not be null. Womp womp. All right, so let's take a look. For some reason, we are not getting our token. I wonder if I need to set. Let's see. Spring Boot. I think I've missed a thing. Yeah. Oh shit! I haven't set that up as a component. That's right. There we go. Oh fuck! But that's a service, which a service is a component. Do I need to set? Let's see what we've got here, folks. We're going to call this. We're going to say com. Oh wait, we need to provide a string here. All right, so com dot Brendan Dugan. That's my name. Dot Dougalbot dot server. All right, let's give that a run. If Giovanni's still here, then he'll be able to point out the stupid thing I've done, because I'm guessing there is one there. So, yeah, no worries, man. Slytherin's where it's at. Hey, man, thank you for the raid. Thank you for coming by. You're amazing. Thank you for everybody who stopped by. And I apologize to all of you that I've alienated by immediately saying, fuck you. I mean, but also I'm kind of not, though. If anybody left because I said that trans women are women or anything like that, then I don't give a shit. Sorry. I could never be a politician. Okay. Let's see. What are we getting here? Illegal argument exception. Okay, that's all right. Let's see what we got here. Line 28. Oh, is it still complaining about the thing being null? Let's take a look. Yeah, token may not be null. This is a stupid thing I always get, and it's one of those things where you set it up once, and let's see, is it property source? That needs to be bracketed. Except I've done something wrong. Square brackets, okay. What am I doing? What am I doing, folks? Something stupid, that's for sure. Geo, save me. Save me, buddy. All right. Let's go back to the Google. See, this is the one thing I hate. The beginning of a Spring Boot application when I fuck everything up because, once you have these things configured, they just work. But before you have them configured, they don't work. Let's grab our Baldung article. Yep. We could add a custom property file. That would be fine. Do. Aha, there we go. Okay, so the property source is there. Okay. It's the class path bit that I was missing. And actually, let's just go ahead and... We're actually going to move this to a new properties file. We're going to call this discord.properties. And we're going to call this value just Discord token. There we go. We'll leave that there for now. Class path. And this will be discord.properties. And this can be simplified there. That's looking pretty good. Hey, Madcap Wolf, how's it going? We are writing a Discord bot. Well, kind of. Thank you for the follow. All right. So right now what we're doing is generating a whole fuck ton of errors because, honestly, you're not a software engineer unless you fuck everything up all the time and then Google to get the answer. Yeah, that's really all I do for a living is just Google shit and, try and pull out my hair. Everybody say hello to Wifey Dougals. Wifey Dougals, would you like to say hello? That very soft whisper you heard was Wifey Dougals. So you can do it. You can become a software engineer. All you need is the Googling skills. All right, let's see, folks. Damn it! Son of bitch! All right, token may not be null. All right, so we know that we've got our property source pulling in the class path discord.properties. We know that exists. We know we've got a component scan, which is scanning the base packages. Everybody say hi to Wifey Dougals. Everybody can see your butt.
No.
Yeah, they can.
Oh,
it's right there.
How many people are watching now?
We have 6 people active at the moment. All right, so let's just figure out what the hell's going on. Because something ain't right. Yeah, we're definitely this is definitely weird. All right, we don't need spell. This is the format we're using, but we don't really... I think I know what the problem is. Well, I have an idea of what it could be, so we're going to just grab that way. Discord token. Okay, so this is definitely IntelliJ, at least knows what the hell I'm talking about here. So different kind of spell. This is SPEL, which is the something language. I think the S is for spring. I don't remember. I'll be honest. It's one of those things where, early in the life cycle of an application, you set all this shit up. And then from then on, it's just as simple as remembering how to do this. Oh no, okay, that was something different. All right, here we go. Let's cross our fingers and our toes. Son of a bitch. Also, that's the other thing you have to do as a software engineer is learn how to curse all the time. All the time. All right, we're getting token null again. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, folks. It is 9:06 p.m. here in the UK, and my wife would like to watch TV, which is why she was coming in here. And so, what I'm going to do is just put a little hold on it, right? We're gonna drop all this stuff in a Git repository in its current status, and then I'll fuck around with it a little bit over the next couple days, and but I will not fix it on this branch. And then what we'll do is we'll talk through the fix next week on Technology Thursday. So thank you very much, folks. Before we go, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a quick look and see who's active. And then we can go have a raid. Raid? Sorry, reminded of an old commercial from my childhood. Oh, hell yeah, I know who we're raiding. All right, so here's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to go raid a beautiful channel. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'll catch you later.
So are you still recording?